Since the last video I posted, which was about a month ago, I have been focusing on the head, hair, color renderings, and mainly focusing on this part of the characters. I have finished making a illustration, and I want to show you to let you know my current level of skills, as well as we'll do some reflections on it. If you have any advice or any opinions, please share it to me so that I could learn it from you. All right, so this is the illustration. She is Iris from shouboutai, which is an anime about people fighting against fire people, I think. But the reason why I love this anime is because the the heaviness of the armor is quite clearly shown when the character is walking around, when they jump, when they fight. You can feel the gravity and the heaviness of their armors, equipments, the guns. And that's why I really enjoy watching that anime. I have a kind of mixed emotion towards this illustration. On the logical side, I would say this is not good enough. The details of it, the line arts, the rendering styles is just not good enough. There's not enough details towards the face, the hair, and overall it looks blank. Maybe it's the background, maybe it's just the rendering is not enough. But on the other side, I'm quite happy with the whole journey until now. The improvement is visible, although not significant, but visible. And we'll do some reflections on these illustrations, okay? Okay, so in regards to the reflections, I think there are three main issues towards, well, not issues, but I think main areas I need to improve on. First of all is phone capturing and perspective wise. I think the problems that I want to improve on is the shape of the eyes and the design of it. So for Iris' eyes, yes, Iris's eyes, it looks plain. It looks like someone made a sticker of eyes and then just slap it onto her face. And if we look at Ask's illustrations, her eyes looks more complex, I would say. And that's the kind of shape that I wanted to learn. Another issue is that when it comes to drawing eyes, this part is okay, but this part, when the face is turned towards one side, like about 22.5 to 45 degrees angle sideways, the eyes that is further away, I found it hard to imagine and hard to draw. So that's something that I need to improve on for these two things. The second area is about line art. So when it comes to asks, you can see that she uses high saturation colors for her line art, which looks amazing. This fits really well. But for my trial, I was only able to use the more black color. I wasn't there to use the more higher saturation colors for this area because this is gonna stand out much more. So that's something that I need to learn about, as well as the thickness of it. Even though I know the concept of, or if it is outside, if it is on the border of it, like this area, it will be thicker. If it is more inside area, it will be thinner. But then the actual applications of it and the usage of the pen and the pressure, I still need some more practice towards it. And finally, the major area that I really want to learn more about is colors. Obviously, it is the most difficult area of illustrations, isn't it? First part is the simple complex contrast. What it means is that it sounds so fancy, but what it means is that if we look at a Ask's illustration, you can see that over here there's a lot of details towards it. The face wise, there's not much, but the eyes, it's still quite complex. So complex, simple, complex. But for mine, because I haven't unlocked the skills for doing those detailed renderings and color adjustments. So mine became simple, maybe a bit complex, but still quite simple, which leaves the illustrations having a large area of shapes or like colors. So this part is categorized as a whole issue. This part is one big color. Compared to Ask's illustrations, it will be hard. You'll see these are like tiny different small color changes, like this area, this area, this area, this area. So many different vibrant colors into her hair. And that's something that I really need to research or study more on. Shading wise, it's okay for now. But when it comes to highlights, another issue to learn. Highlights, and even though I know there's a lighting areas for these areas of iris, but highlights on the hair, highlights on the face, that's something that I still need to find out which area to apply to and the technique for it. An example for that would be this, like this. I'm not sure whether you can see my, yeah. As well as the eyes. Look at this, the amount of details. So good. I really love this illustration by Ask. As well as the eyelashes, many color changes, adding some redness towards her eyelashes. Oof, just amazing. Look at that. Finally, the color palette wise, that's the thing that will conclude everything in detail rendering. So when it comes to the color palette, I still find it quite difficult to choose color confidently and know that, okay, they will fit well together. I don't have enough database for color combinations, even though I know the color theory of analog colors, contrast colors on different side of the color palette, but my selections or options of color usage is still quite limited towards the base color. So if the base color is blue, I would mainly choose blue. I wouldn't dare to use purple or green on either side. So I might need some more knowledge on that or trials towards this area. So I've written down some areas that I think could be helpful for improving these areas. First of all is when it comes to eye shapes and perspectives for the further eye, the other eye, I'll try to draw the more realistic person with the person's head in different angles So that will be helpful for actually knowing the shape and the design of the eyes. I'll try to organize different styles of eye shapes so that I have more options to choose in my own database. The problem with the line art is that it's also related to color as well. So I think I'll focus more on color first and then trial some line arts after drawing the real person over here. So maybe that would be a good option. For color-wise, previously I have been copying Ask's illustrations, but I think maybe that's not enough. I'll start to try out more realistic illustrations. First of all, to help expand my own color palette. And secondly, I will try to learn those highlight colors and the lighter part renderings in those illustrations. So I found these two illustrators who have quite a crazy techniques on color usage. So that's the thing that I will try to focus on. So overall, that's my criticism on my own arts. I think with the reflections, I know roughly where I'm gonna continue to study upon. In the next video, I'll talk about the good things that I did, which is the color process and a systematic way towards making an illustration. But if you have any suggestions or things that you learned about in making the illustrations, drawing the character's face or hair, feel free to comment below because I would personally really want to learn about it. And thanks for watching until now. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.